is a big car.
Let's see what this baby will do. Welcome to that episode of Jay Leno's Garage. The car we're featuring today, a very rare 1958 Chrysler 300D. They only made 21 of this particular model. Now, if you're thinking, no, they made a lot more than that. Well, they did make a lot of 300Ds, but they only built 21 with this. Fuel injection. Only 1 year, and it was not particularly successful. The owner of this car will come in and tell us a story on it in just a minute. This car was restored right here at the shop by Per Blixt. Per is our master painter and body man. He's been with me almost 20 years. And the fun thing about having the shop is when the guys are through fooling around with my stuff, they get to restore their own stuff in the shop, either after hours or during hours if I'm not here. And that's the story on this one. Per did a great job on it. This thing was an absolute hulk. When he dragged it over here, it was like, what did you buy? It was just 2 doors and a couple of fenders, but it had the right serial numbers and it had all the right markings. But it was about as far gone as you can imagine. Let's bring Per in to tell us the story. Per, come on in.
All right.
Good to see you.
Oh, nice. See you again.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when you brought this home. It was like, where did you find it?
I found it, as a matter of fact, here way up in the valley, way in this valley circle they call out there.
Yeah.
And in the recycler, when we had the recycler, you know, the paper.
Right, right.
Yeah. So it's way back in 15, 20 years almost.
Right. Well, that's a great thing about Los Angeles. Whatever you're looking for, it's within 50 miles of this garage. Whatever car or motorcycle. You know, Southern California has always been the home of, God, you know, Lockheed and all these engineers, hot rod guys, and Burbank was a hotbed really of hot rodding back in the day. A lot of land speed guys lived here, you know, so it's kind of cool. So whatever cool car you're looking for, it's in this area. And this is the first car with electronic fuel injection, correct? Mercedes-Benz had mechanical.
Yeah, this was like transistorized.
Yeah.
They call it electronic, but it's a transistorized.
Right.
But it didn't work right, even way back.
Yeah, so, okay, they built 21 of this model, but then they pulled back like 18 and switched them to carburetors or something?
No, they switched them to carburetor.
Yeah.
So there was carburetor on this one when I bought it.
Right.
But I've been researched to get the right injection for it for over 10 years.
Right, I remember you searching. Yeah. I mean, say, Per, why aren't you working on my car? I'm trying to find this, going through magazines, trying to find the fuel injection. But you've upgraded it, use the original intake manifold.
And the throttle bodies is original also.
Okay, oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but with modern electronics.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now it's a Bosch injectors.
Right.
And it's upgraded with the computer so you can dial it with a laptop.
Yeah, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
No such thing back in the day. I remember it didn't have its own distributor and all kinds.
Oh, yeah.
Two distributors, right?
Yeah,
one
they had two. Yeah, one for the injector and one for the timing.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Well, let's open the hood and show people what we're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, that was very complicated way back, you know, with it. But now it's more likely like the original, except it's upgraded.
Right, right.
So now I have a computer box here.
Right, okay.
Usually they have a big black box here
right.
with that transistor and all that stuff.
Well, I think that's good that you've upgraded. I mean, to me, it's no fun if you can't drive it. And the original unit was very delicate, and over the years, deteriorates even more. And of course, this is the last year of the legendary Chrysler Hemi. This is 392, right?
392.
That's as big as they got back in the day.
Yes.
And then the 426 came out again.
That was in early 60s.
Yeah, 66, I think, first production.
And that was a Dodge.
Right,
That was not Chrysler.
Right, right. Okay, and these are the original air cleaners, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Those are really hard to find.
Oh, yeah.
It's all stock here under the hood, with the exception of the modern unit here.
Exactly,
You even kept the generator rather than alternator.
This is a upgraded.
Okay, upgraded to it. It's an alternator inside?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, we won't tell the judges that.
No, don't.
But it's the original stock-looking generator.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have a friend who, he has this thing called Geninator. He turns these, did he do it?
No, I just bought it over.
Oh, I see.
Over the computer, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, you got a modern battery under this case.
Yes.
I love these. They look like the original old batteries that leaked acid everywhere, but they
No,
don't.
this is the really one.
Oh, this is really old?
Yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. I thought it was a cover. Oh,
No, it's not the cover.
Oh, pretty cool. All right,
Yeah.
there you go. Because these were notorious for leaking. You know,
Yeah, and even that,
leaking
and it's expensive, these.
I know, but you'd find it all be rotted out under here.
Oh,
from the
yeah,
acid
exactly,
from-
exactly, yeah.
Okay, and you see the beautiful paint job Per did. He painted it right here at the shop, so that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Now these are the Dayton wire wheels? Or
That's the upgraded, they had like an option with the wire.
Right,
And this is like a copy on them.
okay.
But I upgraded to 15 instead of 14s.
Oh, okay. And of course, you got, I love the Mopar Jiffy Jet windshield
Yeah.
washer. Yeah, there you go. You even have the Bendix coil here, yeah. This I don't recognize. It looks
This
like
is a
long brake
dealer
fluid.
option.
Oh, okay.
Very rare.
Because, these are hard to fill. You can't reach the-
Exactly, yeah.
So you would fill it here and then it would suck
Yeah.
it through. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. All right, let's close the hood again so we get
All right.
the line of the car. This is a big car.
It's big.
You know, back in the day, this is this is like sort of, you'd call it full size, but it really is enormous. I mean,
Yeah.
trying to parallel park this thing, I can't imagine.
It's pretty easy. It's not that bad.
Yeah, well, in modern traffic in LA, boy. And of course, yours has the did all the Ds have electric windows?
Yes.
Okay.
And seat.
Electric window and seat.
That's what's standard.
And air conditioning was an option.
That was an option,
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
They made a few of them with dual air conditioning.
Oh, the front and back, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love, it has a clock in the center of the steering wheel.
That's another option.
Yeah, and it's a self-winding clock. When you turn of the wheel, winds the clock.
Yeah, like the old ones, you know.
Yeah. So, yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
And of course, dual speakers, front and back.
That's not stock, but
That's not stuff.
yeah, that's mine idea.
Yeah, there you go. So you can play all the 50s songs.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Was this the original color?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
With the tan interior?
Yep.
And of course, four-wheel drums all the way around. There were no
Yeah.
discs back
Yeah.
in the day.
No.
Did they have metallic lining or just standard?
Some of them probably had, you can get it, I think.
Yeah, okay. All right, and of course, the impressive badge we pointed out before,
Yeah.
it says fuel injection 300. Was this on the wreck when you got it?
Yes, it was. But
Okay.
this is a reproduction
Right.
made in Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it did a really nice work on it.
Okay. And of course, just the most enormous trunk in the world. Let's take a look at how big that trunk is.
Oh, yeah. Kind of messy, but it's a big trunk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. So it's...
And what is this? Oh, this fuel pump?
It's the original fuel pump, yeah. I never put that in because I
This
didn't...
goes in the gas tank, right?
In the gas tank.
Yeah. I remember back in the day, people being scared of that. What, there's a spark from the...
That's what I was afraid for also.
yeah. Blow up the whole car.
Yeah, but I have the thing, a tank and everything, so I can put it in there if I
Right.
like to.
The tire gets lost in there, this trunk is so
I
big.
know, that's what it is.
And of course, the dual exhaust.
Yeah.
Is that the standard exhaust or is that after?
No, that's aftermarket in the end there, yeah.
Now, what was the horsepower with fuel injection versus two 4-barrels?
280 with the carburetor and 290 with fuel injection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's only gain 10 horsepower.
Right.
But today, with that modern thing,
Yeah.
I guarantee you, it pulls over 400, 425 horse now.
You think it's that much?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, we will find out in a
Yeah,
minute
you
or
can find
two.
it out.
And I love these big cathedral tail. I mean, this is the view most people had of the 300 back in the day, because this was, I don't know, I like to think of one of the first muscle cars, but we always think of a muscle car as being a big engine and the next smaller size body.
Yeah.
But in terms of full size, like I have my 61, that's 375 horse, and that thing just flies.
It flies, yeah.
It's wonderful to drive.
Yeah.
What does this weigh, do you know?
I never figured that out.
Yeah.
I never looked into that.
I'll bet it's not as heavy as, I'm probably 42, something like that, 41.
Could it be that heavy? I don't know. 38, I should think more.
Yeah, well, because there's no steel guard beams in the door, none of that, you know, so it's just an enormous car. Let's open the interior and show you what that looks like. There's a full-size door, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all kinds of room in this thing. And of course the push-button drive. But for 1958, it's pretty impressive. And these are a pair, of course, is from Sweden, and these are huge in Sweden. I think
Oh, yeah.
there's probably more Chryslers in Sweden than there are left in the United States.
I think so too.
Guys go nuts for these.
Oh
don't
yeah, they do. They do.
A lot of car clubs there and whatnot.
Oh yeah, and even a lot of reproduction of the stuff, you know.
In
Like
fact-
like the steering wheel is made in Sweden. The sill plate is made in Sweden.
Yeah, and we had a guy do my dashboard
Yeah.
from my 58.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Yeah, did nice work. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. I mean, it's just all kinds of room. You can take 8 friends with you in this thing if you want.
Yeah.
And what kind? Do you get better gas mileage with the fuel injection?
I probably should say around 18 to 20.
You get that much?
I think I get that, yes.
That's downhill off a cliff? No?
No.
Yeah.
You're cruising freeway.
Yeah. All right. Cruising freeway.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Very cool. And you got your Christmas tree air freshener. You got that.
Yeah.
Something worth noting, and they only did this on the 300Ds, right?
Yeah, 300s.
All 300s?
Yes.
The 150 mile an hour speedometer.
Yes.
Yeah, because these did run, I remember, something like 144 at Daytona on the beach.
They had 153 miles.
Oh, is that right?
58.
Yeah. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. And Richard Petty signed the glove box?
Yes, he did when he was here.
Yeah, and I signed it also.
Yeah, you
I think
did
it
that.
says get back to work.
Yeah, get back to work.
I signed get back to work right on the glove box. Well, cool. Let's take it for a ride and see how she goes.
All right, jump in.
I'm jumping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel the power.
Yeah, if you punch it really good, and then you can feel it.
Now, Summit Racing helped you out with this as well?
Yes.
Yeah, no, they're great guys.
Yeah. Yeah, they supply everything I need for it, you know.
It's interesting they only did the electronic fuel injection for 1 year. You think they would have tried to perfect it over the years?
Yeah,
but-
you think so too, but they didn't. They sold it, I think, to Bosch.
Yeah.
They fine-tuned it better in Europe.
Because fuel injection was the thing. Mercedes had it.
Yeah.
Then Corvette had that Rochester unit,
Oh,
the
yeah.
mechanical one.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, a little bit more reliable and easier to
Yeah.
understand and deal with.
But the problem was the guys way back didn't know how to work with it. I think
Yeah.
also was a drawback.
But it's very fragile, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's a big car. Isn't it?
It is a big car. The only thing I don't like about these transmission, because the third gear is always hanging in so long. If you go around the corner, it's still a third gear.
It
and
won't downshift, you mean?
You have to step on it, and then you're
Yeah.
burning rubber, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Well, you can shift manually, right?
yeah, oh yeah, you can.
Oh, because that's just lazy. That's all.
Oh, there
I mean, when
we
you come
go.
to a corner, you can hit second gear, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. What do you want? Thing do everything for you? Come on.
Exactly. That's why he has automatic.
Yeah. I mean, this was one of the great transmissions. This torque flight. This was the first transmission, I believe, in any car that shifted faster than a person could shift by hand. Because I remember I'd read drag strips, guys showing up with torque flights instead of a 4-speed, and I would say to myself, why are they using it automatic? And no, because it was the first transmission, boom, that shifted hard and didn't lose any power. It didn't slip, you know. Buick had the Dynaflow, which is
Yeah, right. Yeah,
which never really shifted
you
at
see
all.
And this 300 transmission, it's more beefed up with another clutch and higher pressure on them also, you know.
On my 66 Hemi Coronet, when I first got it, I would drive it and it wouldn't shift, you know, and I thought, why isn't it shifting? And I would just kind of do it by hand. It seemed to stay in second gear or first gear all the time. And
Yeah.
I went to see a Hemi guy, and he looked at it, and he said, "Oh, this is the 4.2." He said, "Just keep your foot in it." I go,
Yeah.
"Well, it's not shifting. It'll shift."
Yeah.
No, but it's like it's 6,500 RPM already. And you just keep it, and it hit like 6,900, saying bang, and then it shifts. Okay,
There you
then
go.
I got because I was just afraid to keep my foot in it because I thought I was going to throw a rod or something.
Yeah, but it's the same with this one, you know. If you nail it, you can feel it.
Right.
Oh my God! I mean, the whole body is shaking when he shifted in the second gear. I mean, letting the tires a little bit.
And when I was a kid, we had a '57 Plymouth Belvedere.
Oh, Belvedere.
With the 318, I think it was.
Yeah.
And it was a nice car, but Chryslers of that period had some real build quality problems, and they
probably.
They rusted out. You
Yeah.
know, all the water got in those fins.
And the trunk. And
yeah, and then they would just rust right out.
Yeah.
So
It's the same with this one. I think it's leaking also. I don't know if it's leaking in the trunk because I never had it out, but in the rain, really. All American cars, more or less.
Right,
Way back in the 50s. That's what it is. American quality.
when these ran at Daytona,
Yeah.
at 153, was it with fuel injection or carburetor?
No, carburetor.
Carburetor.
Yeah. And they call it the Banker's Racer.
Yeah, Banker's Hot Rod, right?
Yeah, or Racer or Hot Rod.
Yeah. Well, this was an expensive car, right? This is
Way back, yeah. Oh, yeah. it
about
was.
$5,000.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
But I think the station wagon was the more expensive.
Oh, that might be true.
Yeah, a New Yorker.
Yeah.
They didn't make any station wagon on the 300.
Right.
They only made them in 2 doors, way back. And convertible, of course.
Did you have when you lived in Sweden? Did you have a car like this? Did you have an American car?
Oh yeah, I had a lot of American cars. In 1965, I bought me a 1958 Chevy,
Right.
4-door hardtop.
There you go.
Yeah, and I had a Plymouth 56 also way back, and 62 Chevys. I had a lot of cars way back, Studebakers, you name it.
So,
even a Ford 50.
Did you not like Swedish cars when you were a kid? Why were you drawn to the American cars?
Because there was always something you draw in, America, the big promised land.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And still today, a lot of people do that.
Because even in '65, gasoline was very expensive in Sweden, right?
No, I think we paid about 88 cents. More likely, it's a öre. We have öre. It's like a cent here,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was not a dollar, not a crown
Right.
for 1 liter, though.
Well, yeah. So it was easily 2 or 3 times as expensive as American gas.
Yeah.
Now, was it unusual to have an American car in Sweden at that time?
Yeah, because we would get stamped like we call it raggare. It's more like hell engines,
Yeah.
Take a stamp on us, because we was liking these old cars.
Right.
But we was cruising, of course, party, and we
Right.
had these girls, that's why you need a big car.
Yeah, that's right.
More girls.
That's right.
So way back, I remember we could go to a restaurant, a whole gang. Of course, we looked like crazy guys, with hair and all that, with jeans and all, boots and people. They went out from the restaurant because they think we was a gangsters. But today is a different story. Today, all these old people, retired people, come up and, oh, what a nice car, oh, beautiful. Can you get me a ride? But way back, they was running.
It's funny.
Yeah, it was funny because they thought we was a gang, really crazy gang.
Was it hard to get parts for American cars in Sweden in the 60s and early 70s?
Yeah, there was, but a lot of guys starting to import them, early, and even parts,
Right.
So it's adding up. So now it's easy to get parts from Sweden and to get them here.
Is it expensive to own an old car? Like a lot of European countries, like a lot of Asian countries, they don't even like cars to be more than 5 years old.
No, it's not really expensive. Some of them, you don't pay any taxes on them, because it's so much years on. And you don't need to pass a smog.
Oh, right.
We have a smog log also over there.
Right.
But these one don't need to be a smog.
Oh, because it's old, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can get real gas over there without ethanol in it.
No, it's ethanol, but
Oh, it
the
is?
octane is higher. So the gas is much better that way. But they have the ethanol and all that in
Yeah.
it, and it's ruined a lot of carburetors and stuff like that,
Let's see what she does. There you go, look at that. Oh, it's got a lot of power, doesn't it?
Oh,
Very
yeah.
nice, yeah. That was probably $5.
Yeah.
This has the torsion bar suspension, correct?
Yeah. So you can raise it and lower it.
Yeah, they
where you
actually
want.
handle pretty good.
Yeah, it's not that bad. And it has a sway bar also.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, I know. Second gear will take you well over 90, won't it?
Oh yeah. And you feel the shifting.
Yeah.
Boom.
They did make some Chryslers with a French 3-speed, but
Oh, that was a stick shift?
yeah.
Stick shift, yeah.
It's a nice driving car. You could use this anywhere.
Yeah, I used to take it on the weekend. I went down to the beach, you know, with it. And
You know, it's funny, I had a couple of guys call me up and they were driving an antique car across the country.
oh yeah,
And they were starting in New York and they said, can we end at your garage? You know, it's kind of, I said, yeah, all right, you know. So I said, what kind of antique car are you driving? And they said a 68 Cadillac. I said, a 68 Cadillac? It's not an antique.
No.
I said, people make that journey all the time to New York. He goes, no, but it's an antique. He goes, no, it's not an old car.
No.
That's not, we think it's real art. You got air conditioning, you got radio, you got electric windows.
Yeah. Yeah.
He goes good.
Yeah, I like it. And it seems like it's going better and better. I have only 4,000 miles on it now.
Yeah, yeah. You get a lot of air through that big grill in the front.
Yeah.
Runs nice and cool.
Yeah, it's holding pretty good there. Plus, you see the red intakes? That's air intake for the brakes.
Oh, yeah?
It is factory. And even inside there, it has some fiberglass
Yeah.
baffle, you know, so to cool down the brakes, but I don't think it's working that great. But because I noticed when we was out and dial it, I drove it really hard, you know, and brake. And it was hot that day, and really the brake disappeared on it. It faded away.
So when you take just the car shows, do the Mopar guys freak out? Cause
Yeah, they said, no,
never
no.
seen one, right?
No, never seen one. They go crazy. They do. No, they didn't make it. Yeah, they did. Look here. But he made a few of them.
People think it's fake. They try to tell you, oh, that's fake.
Yeah, a lot of people think so. That's why I tried to get the most parts I could get for it to keep it like the original.
Right. Well, when you got American cars in Sweden, were they ex-military GIs? Or
No.
Did they import them?
Them import them.
Because it didn't seem like they had a lot of... Because Sweden, back when you were a kid, they drove on the other side of the road, right?
Yes.
They switched in 67, right?
67, yes,
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember seeing a picture in Life magazine of the day they switched, and it showed all the cars doing this, you know, crossing,
3, 4 in the morning, between 3 and 4. So we have to move over to the another side, you know, stay there for 1 hour.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes, between 3 and 4. I remember that, 1967.
And what made them switch? Just
I don't know why.
wanted to be more European, or?
Yeah, probably it is. Yeah, probably.
I mean, this does really feel like a high-speed road car.
Oh,
Feels
yeah.
like it wants to run between 80 and 100 miles an hour all
Oh,
the time.
easy. Yeah. Posse is a 354 on it, so it's not really highway.
354 rear end?
Yeah. Posse.
That's not bad. That's a good...
Yeah, I think so, because they good takeoff also.
Right.
But I mean, the top speed probably is not that high. I don't know exactly how much I never run it out on the
You know,
top
you should put one of those gear vendor overdrives in it. You throw the switch.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
So when you got this, were you looking for one of the fuel injection ones, or you just happened to come across it?
I had to come across one, and I thought, oh my God, I gotta have that one.
Yeah.
And I found it in the recycler way back.
Right. You told me, yeah.
And it was a rust bucket, and the fuel injection was not there, but I thought, okay. Anyway.
But the engine was.
Yeah, the engine, everything is matching number, everything. You know?
Yeah,
I even have bill of sheet from Detroit.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's a matching everything.
And what was the guy maybe going to restore it one day, or what happened? What made him?
No, he saw that was too much work, you know.
Yeah. And did he have it for years and years?
I don't know exactly how long he had it. He was running. I fired it up and it was running, you know, that's it. With carburetors.
Yeah. Pat, thanks a lot. Good job.
Thank you.
Now you know why my cars look so good, because Pat does the paint work on them.
Thank you, Jay.
Let's see what this baby will do. See you next week. Oh!
Mm-hmm.